Hey everyone, welcome back. So a couple of things. Oh no, I clicked off where I was. I was like over here somewhere. Give me a sec. I took a photo of where I was exactly. Like maybe here. Oh man, why did I click off it? So I have killed my previous base. I think by the look of it, I was here. It's in slate and marble and granite. All right, give me a sec. I'm saying slate and marble. Yeah, I was here. All right, I was there. Okay, it helps to take a photo before you like do something drastic like clicking off where you plan to build your colony. Okay, so this morning I made a point of absolutely killing off my colony. I actually forgot to check how many days it was, but I've fully deleted the files and everything, so I can't check. There'd probably be some kind of at some point in time where I've opened it and you might be able to see it on some previous videos. But what I'm doing is I'm just starting over. And at first, I was going to do maybe the same group, maybe less people. I thought about just not having tofu in my colony at all. And then I thought about it. I'm like, no, there's a few people that really like the fact that tofu is in there just being an absolute shit stirrer. So I thought, okay, well, I'll leave tofu in there and I'll get to all the people that I'm bringing in, but I'm going to do something really insanely stupid, I think, with my Prepare Carefully. And I'll show you this in a minute. So I've generated a map, and the planet is called, the seed is ocean. I've got a coverage of 50%. The, let's see, the temperature is normal. Rainfall is normal. And population is densely populated, like as populated as you could possibly get, right? But in the factions, I've only got one of each type. So I know I can't remember. I'm so sorry, my follower, that I can't remember your name off the top of my head. I think it was maybe Sugar Skull Stormtrooper who wants to do the same map as me. It's either that or James Games. I can't quite remember. I was going to message you, but because I couldn't remember who specifically, I didn't want to just message somebody. And I know you want to start the same seed as me. So this is what I've got is Ocean Seed. So that's what my seed is called. The coverage is 50% of the world map. So zoom out. This is what it looks like. Got the Hinnon Expanse. I'm down here. I'm all the way down here. So you got all the way up here is another sheet of ice. I'm really concerned that if I start down here, my off-planet or off-world quest is going to be like all the way up here. I'm hoping it's still in here somewhere and not there, because I've had that. And I don't know how to get there. I don't know if you can get there. So I'm really hoping that me being all the way down here, maybe it might be up here or something, you know, because it's always on the other side of the map from wherever you start. But I'm all the way down here. So for the follower that would like to start in the same spot, I'll just zoom in slowly so you can kind of match it up. There's the Cambler Forest is just here, and there's Hinnon's Prize Mountains, and we've got the ocean, this little tiny little bite here, and it's snaking up, and there's this river. And I have chosen to pick the part that's flat. It's got a creek running through it, so it's not the very tip that's got the creek. It's not the second one down that's got the creek. It's the third square, third hexagon, whatever the fuck this thing is. It's got limestone, slate, and marble. I really like getting marble or slate specifically, and I don't really care if there's a third one. But the other one didn't have marble, and I would like there to be marble because for some reason, as much as I like slate because it's beautiful and black, apparently the little peoples, don't really care that much for it. So, you know, I have to have marble for them. The elevation is 416 meters, so I'm guessing up from the ocean that's not a lot. The average temperature is going to be 8.5 degrees. 10 to 27 degrees, sorry, minus 10 to 27 degrees. So I'm hoping it's not going to be permanent summer anymore, because that was annoying. That was something that was pissing me off too. I don't mind having a challenge, but the fact that winter snowed was kind of, I wasn't expecting that. And just the constant fluctuation in temperature that I had to mind with the food and storage was very tedious. So I wanted that gone. So I've specifically gone for somewhere where it's probably going to snow for sure, because it goes minus 10. And it's probably not going to rip into heat waves every summer. So it should be manageable. Now, the growing periods between the 6th of September to the 6th of April, May, which should be fine. That's about normal. Rainfall's about average. Well, it's supposed to be average. Forageability is berries. Animals can graze. And the disease frequency is only a little over 1 a year. It's 1.2. The time zone's -2. The main thing is my first, well, actually, I guess almost all of the bases that I've had have been movement difficulty of 2. I think even the last one was a 2. I'm not quite sure. I think it was. But yeah, it's going to be movement difficulty of 1. So it's going to be ultra flat, because these are all mountains and stuff nearby. But the reason I've picked this, apart from the fact that it's a temperate forest, and by the way, this only took me maybe 4 re-rolls, 4 different names. I recorded it offline just because I didn't know how long it was going to take me. And I actually check. Give me 2 seconds. I could tell you how long that took me to get that. And I did I did watch a couple of videos while I was at it. Let's see. I don't know if this is muted. Hold up. It took 18 minutes. And a good portion of that time I was watching, like clicking on and off some previous videos. So I would say probably about 10 to 15 realistically is how long it took me. I probably could have streamed it for you guys, but I fluffed around with it so much. Yeah, so anyway, this is the coordinates, I guess, if this helps anybody with location of where to put this specifically. And yeah, okay, so I'm pretty happy with it. At the advanced settings, the last one I had it on this, and I found that no matter what I did with the map, I couldn't center things exactly because everything was like slightly off, I think. So that really bugged me. So I'm going to do this and yeah, see how it goes. I don't know if that's going to make it any better, but it's going to be a medium map. I never tried a small map, honestly, but it's going to be automatically whatever month, which I think it starts you with spring. I think either spring or fall. I'm not sure which one it starts you with, but I'm kind of excited to have a creek. I'm not too sure because we've gone down this a little bit. I don't know how big this creek's going to be, but if you have a look at the kind of shape of it, like generally speaking, like this hexagonal thing, I think it's a hexagon. It could be snaking up through like the bottom part of it. It could actually come across pretty straight. It could come across up one side. It could be just really inconvenient. So it's going to determine how I build my base as well. So that'll be interesting. Now, factions, again, purple is neutral, yellow is neutral. Now, I need to remember that because the last time I kept rocking up at blue and green and being like, we're cool, and they were hostile. So I actually need to remember that they will give me opportunities to unhostile them. And for now, I've got yellow and purple. And the thing is, where I am, I'm actually quite close to all the primitive tribes. It's quite a lot here. Like, I could literally do like a little round circuit and come back, right? But not far away. So if I connect onto this or this road, this will speed up my people so fast and get me all the way up to here. Really, really late game, I could probably cross down here somewhere. And this part will be slow. Like this mountain range through here is going to be slow no matter what. But what I might be able to do, maybe like go up there and then down. Because there's a whole heap of like purple and green in here. But off to my left, I also have more purple. They're all spread out a bit more, but there's purple and green over here. There's a couple of enemy bases. I'm not too worried about that. There's like only 2 blues really close to me. There's that one far away. There's that one far away. These ones are far away. If I really needed them, I could get blue later. So the good thing is I've already like set myself up where I'm really close to 2 allies, and a couple of them are not that far away. They're close enough. Okay, so I've selected where I want to be. It's limestone, slate, and marble. And so I hit next. So now it took me actually probably two and a half hours to prepare carefully for this map. And so I'm not taking in these people. These are the random select. So it gave me an option of 8 out of 10 random people. And I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, and I think this is really, really ludicrous, is I'm not going to take in my original people, right? Because last time I took in the half team with correct resources. And a few of you guys had an issue with like the resources that I took in and stuff, and the amount of people that I took in was 12. And I actually found out that I had a save, this one down here actually, but I resaved it, with all my original maps people, like my first really big colony. And I was really excited about that prospect because I thought about it and I'm like, I could take in a whole group of people you guys haven't even seen yet that I feel like pretty connected to. But then I thought about it and I didn't want all of them. And I did want a couple of people off, not that last map, but the previous map. So I went and got Franklin, and I got another one, Nichols, which you guys haven't heard about. I just picked one person at random out of my huge colony, and that was Nichols. So I'll show you them. So I'm actually taking in 21 people, and I don't believe I'm going to succeed. I strongly believe that we're going to die really fast. I don't think we're going to have any kind of like special long game with this by starting with 21 people. I've tried in the past, and usually there's not enough resources. I can't produce enough resources, and I can't store enough resources. And any catastrophe becomes a major catastrophe. So these are my characters as they were, and I'll go through everything. So Lumi, like all this, she doesn't have anything she's incapable of, but her stats are true. So I know last time you guys were a little bit upset by the extra kind of OP stats that she had. Sorry, I needed some water. My voice is really croaky today. Okay, so yeah, she's mostly like shooting at animals and stuff like that. She's nothing greatly special. She's starting at 30. Amiya is also, she's incapable of being violent. So she was actually a pacifist. And in the last game, I made it that she was capable of holding weapons and doing violence. So she actually wasn't. So I thought that was really interesting. Shizuka is also incapable of violence. She was also originally incapable of violence. So I actually, my very, very first game, where I started with Lumi, Amiya, and Shizuka as my 3 crash landers, I started with 2 pacifists. And that was really hard because I only had one person that could hunt animals, and the other ones, like, they could do stuff, but it wasn't as helpful at keeping everybody alive as I sort of needed. Acosta is incapable of cooking. Hey, Azula. I was wondering if any of the cats would come down and join me. So, funny thing is, Weeks, chronological age, she's like 635. She's like super, super old. Because I think I think I found her in a crypt or something. Anyway, she has a gun and stuff like that. So she's one of the few people who's gonna actually get a gun. She's incapable of intellectual and crafting, so that's pretty cool. Lincoln is super young. He's as young as you can get without having the new, what do you call it? The biological mod thing that you can get for your game. Let's see. Anasan is incapable of artistic and medical, or caring, I guess, which is pretty funny. Enyo, she can do pretty much everything. She's just shit at mining. Corpsey is somebody you guys haven't seen before. And Corpsey was somebody I got out of a cryo sleep thing in one of those ancient danger rooms. And he was incapable of firefighting. And got Chimpanzee, he used to be a wild human. So he's incapable of social, just like he used to be. Tofu is almost as young as you can get. He's 15. And he's basically got all the stats he had. He was pretty good when we got him, not gonna lie. I just find that he seems to have a lot of personality issues, and I don't know if that's to do with the fact that he doesn't get like an adulthood thing specifically. Seahorse, she's incapable of mining, which was a surprise to me, because I thought, no, I had got her. She had OP animals. That's what she had, OP. I actually thought she had more than that. I thought she had 2, but yeah, she came to me with a 19. So that's why she stayed. And I made silverware. She was supposed to be a reroll sister to her. I also changed her colors. So now she's silver. Now I changed her name last time. So silverware. I know that's Silver War, but we'll just change it a little bit so it at least sounds rightish. She can't do plant work. So I'm pretty sure I used to like use her for farming, but obviously now I can't because she can't. Let's see. So Sam, you guys haven't met Sam before. He was somebody we took in. I think we rescued him, and he's not incapable of anything. But as far as I know, he was pretty OP about pretty much everything. Let's see what else. So Cypress. So you guys haven't seen Cypress, but I also changed his name. His name was Christian, and obviously like his name would come up as Christian, but I don't greatly like saying it out. So I just renamed him Cypress because I'm like, he's an undertaker. He needs a cooler name, you know? So he's incapable of violent and cooking, which is really interesting because I have a lot of pacifists right now. I think I'm up to 4 or 5 pacifists. So this is going to be really interesting because I've got more to come. Dodsworth, he was a cryosleep survivor. I also had one of these people, I think it's Jet up and coming, who was like a pod survivor or something. But I'll get to the. Okay, so Dodsworth was like good at cooking and stuff. Like, I never really had any beef with Dodsworth. I think I always felt sorry for him because I know he's married to somebody. I'll get to relationships soon, but he was married to somebody, and that person treated him like crap. And every time he dated somebody, they left him. Like, he'd woo them and then they'd leave him. So I always felt really sorry for Dodsworth because, like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's really nice, you know? E, that's literally his name. I have not changed anything. I've literally just given him green armor. That's it. Had green hair. His name was E. That's how he came to me. He can't do crafting or artistic or dumb labor. So yeah, I don't know. I remember not bringing him into like the last game just because he couldn't do a lot of basic stuff, but I know he can do like plants and stuff. Jet, I always forget that that's a she. Yeah, I religiously keep thinking that Jet is a boy, and I don't know why. I almost changed her body type just so I could kind of like remember she's a boy, but I figured no, I didn't want to. So I just left her as is. So she has no medical, she can't do caring, and she can't do animals. Let's see, Nina. Nina was an early lady. she came in with weeks. She came in just after weeks. And she literally came in with armor. That's why she's got armor still. She's incapable of dumb labor. That's it. She's a game dev. She's fucking awesome. So now we've got our 2 new people that I've added from a previous game. So you got Nicholas, which I nicknamed Nick because Nicholas, I don't know, I go to say Nicholas, but it's Nicholas or Nichols or whatever, so it's Nick. And he is incapable of artistic. Basically, like, he's pretty weird. He's got 2 like bad traits, 2 good traits. Like, I don't know. It'd be interesting because he's construction and stuff. Like, I just picked him at random, by the way. I didn't pick him because he can do construction and stuff. I literally did like a fucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and he's the winner out of my whole last tribe. And Franklin. Franklin I wanted to bring in last time, and he's incapable of violence. He's just a pacifist, but he could do medical, plants, and animals. And he was just like a genuinely nice bloke, you know? He was always just happy. So I wanted to bring him in. I wanted to, 100%. So I have relationships. I didn't have this last time. I tried to avoid it because of extra drama. But we've got Anasan is married to Chimpanzee. I think he was actually married to somebody else, but it's fine. They're married. Acosta is married to her original husband, Corpsey. Nina to Sam, her original husband. Amia to E, her original husband. Jet to Langreda. Langreda. That's what I'm just going to go with. He's not in my team, but he's on the map somewhere in the world. Now, these 2, I'll get to them in a second, but Lincoln's married to Missy, and that's it. She's also not on my team. So what I did is, for the first time, I made some people out in the world, and I can encounter these people. They'll be in random tribes. I don't know if they're going to be good or bad, if they're going to crash land, if they're going to come near me, if I'm never even going to see them. But I thought it'd be really interesting to make a few people. The Nona can't do dumb labor, and Missy is incapable of nothing. Yeah, Gerda. I should change that, honestly. It's incapable of dumb labor. Whitehead is incapable of dumb labor and cleaning. And Esme can't do cooking and plant work. But these are all just people that are randomly out there in the world that could be in any random faction. And I don't know if I will encounter them or not, but maybe. But they have previous relationships. They're ex-lovers to my people. So I thought that would be interesting, especially since like Lincoln's like 15 or some shit. So I thought that was extra funny. Okay, so equipment. Now I have got some stuff that's a bit OP, and I will explain everything here. So as far as I understand, some of these stats are kind of standard. I think silver components and wood are standard from memory. Obviously, I have a lot of packaged survival meals, and the general rule is about 100 to 1,000 packaged survival meals per person, which would put you at 21,000. But in this instance, that's, you know, there's more than that. I know some of the animals will snack on it, and I'm hoping it's just going to give them a boost until they're stable. Something like pigging out could absolutely wreck us. I don't know. But I did add 5,000 medicine. It's a lot more than I ever have. And I figure between 21 people, that's going to give them a few opportunities for punch-ups and various incidences to occur and them to live. But once that's gone, that's gone. I wish I was bringing more components, but I'm not. I have granted 1,000 steel instead of 700. Usually it's 700, and I think 700 is about standard from memory. I'm bringing 3 female cats, 3 female panthers, same standard amounts. I swapped out, I gave 1 extra female cat though. I've got 2 female thrombos, 1 male cat, 1 male panther, 1 male thrombo. So I've decreased the number of male animals, and I'm hoping I don't lose them before they mate. But I really don't want to have multiple, male animals that realistically I can't harvest, and they can only be trained to so much. The pemmican situation, again, I have allowed a lot of that, with the idea that some of the animals will eat it too. Not expecting all of this to survive. Maybe some of it will even rot out. I don't expect them to move it all into cover. Um, Now we've got Weeks' auto pistol. I am bringing a small array of guns, so 4 bolt-action rifles to make that a group of 5, 5 sniper rifles for the first time, and 5 steel gladiuses. Normally it's plasteel, and it's normally only 3. I normally bring 2 of every kind of gun, except for rocket launchers and any of the lancers, or grenade launchers and stuff. They are getting 2 Jade games of I thought that would be nice. Last time we brought in gold. This time it's jade. They're getting 4 jade small sculptures, which is more than usual, and it's jade. They're getting 5 psychic emanators for the first time ever instead of 3. We're bringing in 2 wooden hopstone rings, 2 jade large sculptures. So this is different as well. So normally this would be gold, and I would not normally bring in a large sculpture, but I thought if I can make one room look nice and it impact their mood, maybe they won't rampage. Hoping for the best. I'm bringing in 25 Thrumbo Horn, which is, I think, 10 more than usual, give or take. That's always for trading, usually for food or medicine, because they're probably not going to be able to produce enough to be able to survive. I'm going to have to buy stuff. Thrumbo Horn always goes down well for gifts, so it's a very good way to get the allies on board. And for the very first time ever, I'm taking in chicken eggs that are fertilized, and I'm kind of hoping for the best. Honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen with that. Maybe they hatch. If they do hatch, I can't determine how many chickens I'm going to get of what type. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I think I've explained everyone and everything. So we've got a couple of people from 2 maps ago. We've got a bunch of people you guys have never seen. We altered a couple of people you guys have seen, and changed a few names, and changed a few colors and stuff. And for the most part, everybody's same. I maybe like changed up some hair color, or gave a jacket or something like that, or painted their armor or something like that, something different. But that's basically it. So we're gonna start now. I think so. I think I'm ready to start. I've gone over all the equipment, relationships, and stuff. Like I said, I really don't think that this colony is going to survive. 21 people is a massive amount of people to try to keep happy, to try to feed and shelter. And I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm going to try. So let's start. I'm also just going to push my door shut just a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. I knew as soon as my partner shut that door that cats want to go through it. Also, at some point throughout the stream, I'll probably get a phone call. I don't usually have my phone on sound, but it is. I need to take this phone call. So whenever it happens, I'll have to just mute and throw the screen to be right back, probably without warning, and I'll just explain afterwards. All right, let's take a sip of water before we start. Everybody should remember to drink some water. All right, so I always find this funny. The 3 of you awake in a cryo-sleep, sarcophagi, and to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. Barely get in escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on an unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Okay. So my people are going to crash land in here. And I'll probably have like all these other resources, but I just need to find out Okay. The stream's like going straight through the map. That's kind of funny. And it's not even wide enough that I don't think I can use that as a windmill thing, can I? Oh, that sucks. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's allow all of this stuff to work. As soon as they land, I'm going to want to save. And I just want this to all be accessible. There'll be more stuff, obviously, but okay, that's it. There's one more. All right, here we go. A lot of pods, a lot of people. Oh, a lot of stuff. Okay, all right. Wow, okay. I figured there might have been a lot more stuff, but it's really not. Oh, geez, I'm clicking on everybody. Let's see what I can do about not clicking specifically on people and get stuff available to pick up. No, they're the cats. Let me click on this. Okay, I think that's everything. All right. So let me just hit save. Now, our colony doesn't have a name yet, so we're just saving it as is. And let's see. So I guess it's time to throw down some of my little trademark dot things. Let's see. That's like 51. Yeah, 51 to 51. That's like, what, 102. Not quite straight, but whatever. Take it to 12. 12. All right. That's pretty close. All right, there's the center there. So let's head down. Oops. Kind of went off kilter there. But that's okay. I'll figure it out in a minute. So 51. It should be pretty much even. That's not right. All right, so I'm off by a bit. That's okay. I'll put some dots down this way and I'll figure stuff out. Only a lot easier when I start from a bottom like this. Go 51 to, that's 51 there. So what was it? 13 more was about center. So let's try that. There's 51. It's 51. This is, sorry. That's 13. So that should be center. All right. Give or take, that should be right. I'll figure it out in a second. I'm just gonna clean these away. And then I'll probably just remove one of these lines and I'll figure that out. Okay, so from here, we already know that the side part's centered, by the way. It's the tall part that I need to fix up. Yeah, so whatever I make is not going to be perfectly centered. I need to be clear on that, but it should be close enough. Okay, so there's 51. 51. And that's 13. This should be exactly the same. It's 51. 51. And 12. So that would be centered to it. Okay, so let's take off this line here then. Yeah, so this is one of those maps where it's perfectly square centered. Oops. It is square centered to there. This here is the center. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm not even sure of myself. Sorry about this, but I've got to do it. So 51. 1 and 12, 13. That's 13, and it should be exactly the same on the other side. 51, 51, 12 to 13. Okay. All right, so yeah, basically here. So not this outer part. Yep, all right. If I didn't do it, I would be bothered by it later. It's going to be really interesting, actually. At least I think so. Yeah. So it's 2 to 2, and I think it was here was dead center to it. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't have this certain line before. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. If that's centered, then I probably wouldn't mind having something maybe here and here, just like on either side of the water. So how far down is this to it, to the edge? To there is to 8. There would be to 8. So starting on 9, which is 1 under it, be probably the most maximum. I'll probably start down 1 lower, actually. So maybe to there, where I would build from. All right. If I wanted to build something out, it would be out by probably about the same amount, to be fair. So 8, 9, 10 is the line. That would be just on the border of that, honestly.